Trump warns of tariff hikes of up to 70%.
U.S. Ukraine leaders hold phone call after largest attack on Kyiv.
Removing obstacles to improve the PCI Index.
Hello everyone, you are watching today's news on TV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. U.S. President Donald Trump said the new tariffs of up to 70% will be imposed on several countries that have yet to reach trade agreements with the U.S. The announcement comes as the negotiation deadline he said is drawing to a close, with only a few partners finalizing deals.
Speaking at Joint Base Andrews, Trump said letters notifying countries of the new tariffs will begin to be sent today, with most of the tariffs taking effect from August 1st. Trump emphasized that countries failing to reach agreements will face reciprocal tariffs ranging from 10% to 70%, an unprecedented level in international trade relations. This announcement comes just days before the current tariff deferment expires on July 9th, meaning that the involved countries are racing against time to reach an agreement to avoid negative impacts on exports and investment. Experts believe that Trump's move is part of a maximum pressure strategy aimed at protecting U.S. economic interests.
U.S. President Donald Trump spoke with Ukrainian President in a phone call just one day after Kyiv was hit by Russia's largest drone and missile attack since the war began. The overnight assault on July 3rd involved over 500 drones and 11 missiles.
In a statement, Ukraine president said that the two leaders discussed enhancing air defense systems, joint defense production, and Ukraine's request for additional Patriot missiles to protect its cities. U.S. media reported the call lasted around 40 minutes. During the call, Trump reportedly pledged to review U.S. weapons shipments to Ukraine that had been temporarily halted, a move that raised concerns in Kyiv about weakened defense capabilities. The phone call followed what Trump described as a disappointing conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin, who reiterated Moscow's readiness to negotiate but insisted it would not abandon its core objectives.
Prime Minister Hinh and his spouse, together with a high-level Vietnamese delegation, departed for Brazil to attend the expanded BRICS summit at the invitation of President Lula da Silva. The summit is expected to enhance cooperation between Vietnam and Latin American nations as well as other potential markets.
This year's BRICS summit is themed Enhancing Global South Cooperation for More Inclusive and Sustainable Governance. The event brings together around 20 world leaders, the UN Secretary General, and representatives of international organizations. This is also the first expanded BRICS summit that Vietnam has attended since becoming the 10th partner country of BRICS on June 13th. Vietnam's becoming a BRICS partner country, as well as its participation in the summit, affirms its role and responsible contributions in multilateral mechanisms, aiming to amplify the voice and influence of developing nations, promote global solidarity, and support inclusive multilateralism based on respect for international law, as well as further deepen cooperation between Vietnam and BRICS member countries.
Coming up next are some updated news.
As part of a working visit to Nghệ An province on July 5th, His Excellency Khamphao Erntavan, Lao ambassador to Vietnam, led a delegation to the Kim Lien Special National Relic Site to offer flowers and incense in tribute to President Ho Chi Minh. The ambassador expressed deep respect for President Ho Chi Minh, a hero of Vietnam's national liberation, a world cultural celebrity, and a prominent leader of the international communist and workers' movements. Ho Chi Minh, along with Prince Suphanuvong, President Khaesone Phomvihane, and other revolutionary leaders from both nations, were those who laid the foundation and diligently nurtured the great friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos.
In the first 6 months of 2025, Nghệ An province's total import-export turnover reached over 3.1 billion USD, showing positive growth amidst continued economic fluctuations. Of this, exports were estimated at 1.8 billion USD, up 25.1%, and imports exceeded 1.32 billion USD, up 8.2%, compared to the same period last year. This growth was driven by early contracts signed by businesses, stable production, and expanding markets. Key export items with sharp increases included 116.6 million microphones, 33 million wireless earphones, 9.8 million charging docks, and electricity production reaching 1,194 million kWh. Other staple products such as yogurt, electric cables, cement clinker, and fresh milk also maintained upward trends.
On the evening of July 4th at the 12 to 9 Multifunctional Cinema Center, the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism of Nghệ An, in coordination with the Indian Embassy in Hanoi, hosted the opening of the first ever Indian Film Week in the province. Held from July 4 to 6, the event is free to the public and features a selection of iconic Bollywood films. The festival aims to strengthen the Vietnam-India friendship, promote cultural exchange, and showcase Nghệ An to international friends. It also reflects the province's efforts to become a trusted destination for foreign cultural exchange and a hub of humanistic and artistic values.
In the past 2 years, Nghệ An has seen a decline in its ranking in the Provincial Competitiveness Index chart. However, it's worth noting that some component indices have shown positive changes, even breaking into a top 10 nationwide, such as business support policies and land access. Nevertheless, several indices remain low and require further improvement.
In 2024, Nghệ An's PCI score reached 66.48 points, ranking 44th out of 63 provinces and cities nationwide, maintaining its rank from 2023 and placing second in the North Central region. Among its sub-indices, 4 showed increases in both score and ranking compared to 2023, including land access, legal institutions and security, informal cost, and market entry. One index, business support policies, rose in score but dropped in rank. Some indices, however, remain unstable. For example, land access had declined for 3 consecutive years, but then surged from 55th in 2023 to 7th in the country, a 48-place leap. Yet, obstacles in land access are once again on the rise.
Currently, in this industrial cluster, land lease prices are quite high. Legal issues, zoning, and land use conversion also face many difficulties, with cumbersome procedures that hinder businesses seeking to invest or expand.
With the goal of improving the investment and business environment and PCI score, Nghệ An has carried out many solutions in the past years. However, these reform efforts have not yet delivered the desired impact. There are still bottlenecks, barriers, and inadequacies in management, administration, and public service execution, which continue to frustrate the business community. Businesses and experts have also put forward many wishes and proposals in this area.
We believe the province will take concrete steps to find all possible solutions to address both immediate and long-term difficulties, enabling Nghệ An's businesses to grow and thrive.
We hope that Nghệ An will make strong and breakthrough reforms in administrative procedures and business conditions. This will not only attract foreign investment, but also domestic private investment projects. I believe that administrative reform and the operation of the government apparatus must focus on and aimed at the satisfaction and convenience of businesses and citizens.
Recently, 4 resolutions from the party, National Assembly and government related to private economic development were simultaneously issued. Among them, the Politburo's Resolution number 68 sets out to create favorable conditions for businesses, foster innovation and digital transformation, and position the private sector as a key driver of the economy. Businesses now hope that the province will effectively implement the resolution to improve Nghệ An's PCI Index in the era of development.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.